There we go. Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Get Off My Lawn. I'm your old buddy Rick Garrett from Indianapolis, Indiana. Really excited about today's show. Trent up here is with us today. Good morning,
Hey,
Trent.
good morning.
And our
How you, Rick?
I'm good. My Moroccan superhero, Mahmood. Good to see you.
Good morning. Good morning.
You guys went to a soccer game or Saturday night, right?
That's right. Yeah, I still have
Yeah.
goosebumps from that.
Did you go together?
What's
Yeah,
that?
we went together.
Mhm.
It's Columbus Crew. We were in the Nordeca, the north end, the loud raucous part of the stadium, and yeah, it was always a good time being there.
Yeah,
Awesome.
my ankle still hurts from all the jumping.
Oh, who were they?
I lost my voice by the end of it.
Who were they playing?
Vancouver.
And did they win?
They won 4-0, which is pretty
Oh, good.
huge for a soccer match.
Oh yeah. So I see a lot of like 1-0, 2-1 scores, but 4-0 is pretty big.
Yeah.
So today we're going to take a few minutes and talk about our favorite home cooked meals. How about that? I am pretty excited about that. Trent, let's just start off with you. What's your favorite? Well, first of all, do you cook?
Yeah, I cook quite a bit. That really started once my wife started, with her CPA exams, and then
Right.
she did her masters and all that. So I really started to cook a lot during that period, and I've always enjoyed grilling. Like I'll go out and grill like steaks and wings and burgers, things like that. But I would say the actual cooking indoors for me really started during that period.
So what's your favorite thing to cook?
Favorite thing indoor outdoor is gonna be steak. I love taking the time that if you're doing it correctly, the time involved in grilling a proper steak.
That's awesome. Do you have a favorite cut, a favorite type of steak?
I really like a ribeye.
Oh, me too.
Mm-hmm.
Me too. How
Don't think
about
you can
you?
beat a ribeye.
No, you really can't. You really can't. How about you, Mahmood? Are you a cook?
Yeah. For the most part, I think I picked up cooking in college. Obviously, college you're not making that much money, and you can't eat out all the time, so you gotta
Right.
go and get a menu and groceries and all. So I was pretty regimented, and I think that um, built me a couple of skills when it comes to cooking. So I can cook like anything that's basic. Yeah, and I still cook right now. I just made a mean rice yesterday, like really good rice. I just had this idea, sauteed some green peppers with some garlic, butter, a little stock, and then threw some rice on it and just closed it, and it just turned into an awesome meal. So I was really proud of
Mm.
myself.
My wife actually made shrimp fried rice yesterday, and it was
Mm,
phenomenal.
yeah,
It was fantastic. So you went to school at University of Kentucky, is that right?
correct. Yeah. I did my
So
master's there too.
so are you familiar with a traditional Kentucky dish called burgoo?
Cold what?
Burgoo, Burgoo.
No, I am not.
So look up burgoo. It is a traditional Appalachian Kentucky stew. They actually have a big burgoo festival in Versailles, which is not far from the
Yeah.
school. Just a half hour or so.
Yep.
Uh, you're looking it up right now, aren't you?
I am. Burger. Yeah, Kentucky's best burger. Look at that. Never heard
It's
of that thing.
yeah.
You're gonna have to make that.
Oh, that would be a fun live taste test. The Moroccan makes burgoo. Well, I
Yeah.
don't.
I mean, it looks good. It looks like some kind of porridge with vegetables, and it looks like vegetable soup.
It is that's pretty much exactly what it is.
Yeah,
There's
cuts
a
of
few.
meat in there,
Yep.
and you got your carrots and your corn, and yeah,
Probably
You know,
squirrel, possum, everything. Yeah.
raccoon. Yeah, that's right.
it
Groundhog.
looks like a good meal for winter, like when it's really cold.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I don't cook, but my wife is an incredible cook. You can probably tell that by looking at me. But she is just absolutely phenomenal. Now I do a pretty mean hot dog over the open fire on the patio.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
but
Can you do breakfast? Like eggs,
Can
pancakes.
I? Well, yeah. Do I? No.
You've got enough skills to make
I
it.
do have the skills. That's right. I can do that. I'm not a big fan of that.
Yeah.
Just you know, um, we all have our different interests. So you guys, so let's talk about. I'll ask you what you cook. Trent, we'll start off with you. What's your favorite home cooked meal to eat? Is it steak or is it something else?
Well, steak is my favorite, and I would say lately this is going to be a little bit of a long-winded answer, but um, I have been like, there's this guy called Sam the Cooking Guy, and he puts out like a weekly YouTube show on things he makes. And so lately, I've just been making what he makes, and
Oh,
really,
cool.
and that's like usually at the end of a long day for whatever reason, I just really like cooking something that's not basic,
Right.
something that involves like some chopping and some sautéing, and his stuff usually isn't basic. And so I will just at the end of the day make one of his things, and it's just usually incredible.
You
And it's
know,
really taught me a lot about cooking. Is just from watching his show, like his methods. He explains why he does what he does. So really, it kind of teaches you how to cook as well.
oh, that's very
But it's
cool.
more gourmet, right?
Sorry,
But it's more like gourmet. It's not like basic meals.
right? Hmm.
You know, you being in the financial world, you probably use the analytical side of your brain so much during the day to have that, switch off and use your other side. I think is really uh, a needed break and really mentally healthy. I mean, we do
Hmm.
need to exercise all the parts of our brain.
Hmm. Yeah.
So I think so. That's a good thing. Well, Mahmood, what about you? What's your favorite home cooked type meal to eat?
To eat. I want to say, obviously steak and everything. Steak is great. I love steak, but I think lasagna because it's the only thing that I like. I can't stop. It's like my glutton weak spot is like lasagna, pasta, um, chili also. Like meals that are really good. It's like comfort food, but then at the end you're like, done. Like you're kind of sick of it. So that's
Yeah.
my kind of food is when you really hate yourself at the end.
And Anna makes a really amazing chili and lasagna, so I definitely get you there.
All right.
She an annual Christmas Eve lasagna.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
Yeah. How about you,
Uh,
Rick? What's your favorite thing to eat at home?
oh, my wife's meatloaf. She makes an amazing meatloaf. I love meatloaf, and she makes what she calls a Tex-Mex meatloaf, where in with the ground beef she puts chorizo, so it's got a bit of a kick to it, uh, and really adds a nice layer of flavor and texture to that. And then, like you guys, chili also. She's a great chili chef,
Yeah.
and so meatloaf and chili. And we eat meatloaf year round. Chili, we're getting to the part of the year where we probably maybe one or two more pots of chili, and then probably won't have any till October when it starts cooling down again. Um,
Hmm.
but I love both of those. Let's take another different track. This just popped into my mind. Do you have a favorite? I mentioned burgoo as a very regional food in Kentucky. Does Ohio have a regional food? Is there something that you guys are noted for over there?
Yeah. Pasta with chili.
Oh,
Skyline.
of course. Yes. And that's
Skyline,
a
yeah.
that's a huge argument whether pasta belongs in Chile or not.
Right.
Uh,
Skyline and there's another one. What's the other one? Trying like a rival.
is it Gold Star?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gold Star. And there's a
Yeah.
big argument over whether beans belong in Chile also.
Yes. 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 And I think either Skyline or Gold Star, don't they put cinnamon in there as a base? Because I've read something about, you know,
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, it is spicy chili type of
right,
pasta.
right, right.
I definitely see cinnamon in there.
Yeah. So I had not really thought about chili being your regional food, but it absolutely is. Um, when Skyline first started showing up here in central Indiana, it was a huge deal because people were driving to Cincinnati or to Dayton to get their fix of Skyline chili.
Right. It's a big
But
deal.
what I will tell you, it's kind of hard to know, like unless you've been somewhere else. But I will tell you because I've lived in Darke County most of my life. So one thing that I do, and I know of other Darke County residents doing it, is they will have a peanut butter sandwich with their chili. And this just blew my wife's mind. She was like, "Why would you have a peanut butter sandwich with chili? That makes no sense."
Yeah. I was very skeptical of that until I tried it, and now I do too. It's just, I don't know. They just complement each other. It always reminds me of that Ratatouille scene. I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Ratatouille, where the rat grabs the cheese and the strawberry, and he's like, "Oh, okay, strawberry. It's got all these notes and stuff, and the cheese, creamy, nutty, all that." And then he tries them both, and he's just like an explosion in his brain of all these flavors. So that's what chili and peanut butter remind me of. Like they don't make sense, but then once you put them together, it's just like, oh, this totally makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
So do you dip the corner of your sandwich in your chili? I've seen people do that.
I don't.
Yeah,
I
will.
like my peanut butter sandwich like on the crusty side. Like
Mhm.
I toast the bread. I don't like the soft peanut butter sandwiches. I like them to be slightly toasted.
Right.
Speaking
And
of
Trent, you said
toasted, though,
yes.
yeah, I'll dip it. And I found out with that there is apparently there's this huge like North versus South battle where just Southerners do not understand how we can eat hard bread. They think bread should be soft, but
Yes,
I like a nice crispy piece of bread.
Yep.
absolutely agree. We had some friends Friday night make us a homemade baguette thing, and Holly made French toast out of that yesterday morning. It was a
Nice.
really interesting texture. It was fantastic.
Yeah, it's harder than usual. Baguette is coarser than usual than the
Right.
usual bread. It hardens more. Speaking of dipping, what I like to dip is garlic bread in the pasta sauce. Once the pasta's gone, I like to clean my plate with garlic bread. It's something that I do. So when you guys mentioned peanut butter and chili, that popped in my head.
Oh,
I always like a garlic toast or Texas toast sitting next to the pasta. So when I'm done with the pasta, I can clean my plate with the garlic bread.
I like
that's
it.
awesome. We were talking about ethnic foods. We were out in St. Louis last fall. Well, we're out there pretty often. They have an ethnic food that I had never, or a regional food, I guess I had never heard of. Toasted ravioli. Have you heard of toasted ravioli?
I have not.
So it's I've only seen ravioli in pasta sauce, right?
Mhm.
So it's kind of soft on the outside.
Yeah.
They take meat-filled raviolis and toast them so it's crunchy on the outside.
Right.
And it is fantastic. And I'm a big texture guy.
Like they don't harden on the outside too much. Like there's still a little bit of softness to them.
Yeah, there's still a little bit of give to them, but it's kind of like they have a little bit of a hard crust on the outside, but they're still tender on the inside, lightly toasted. And then they, I saw some toasted with like a cinnamon sprinkle over the top. So you had the sweet and savory combination. Look up toasted ravioli. It was amazing.
Nice.
What about
Toasted ravioli. Noted.
yeah? What about in Indianapolis? Anything that's other than St. Elmo's Steakhouse? Anything that's regional? That's just like this is like unique to Indianapolis.
Oh, the breaded tenderloin.
Okay.
It's unique pretty much to Indiana and Iowa. And there's a few in Illinois, but the breaded tenderloin actually was invented in Huntington, Indiana, which is about an hour and 10 minutes north of us, at a place called Nick's Diner that is still in business, one of the oldest continually operating restaurants in the central part of the United States. German farmers. That area was settled by Germans largely, and Germans had schnitzel, but pork was much more prevalent here in the United States. So they started making um, pork, breaded pork tenderloin, which is essentially a breaded schnitzel. So yeah, that's our claim to fame. But of course, if you're speaking specific restaurants, it's obviously St. Elmo's. That's the one people drive. You've driven over to eat there,
Oh yeah, yeah, love that place.
and they have that famous cocktail sauce that makes your eyes water and clears out your sinuses.
Hmm. So there's only a couple of places I've been to that I feel that I can say make a better steak than I do, and that's St. Elmo's and then Pine Club here in Dayton.
Pine Club.
My nephew was talking about the Pine Club. He really likes that place.
Oh, it's my favorite steak.
I have not been yet. Is it in Cincinnati?
No, Pine Club's in downtown Dayton.
Downtown Dayton. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I've never been. Pine Club.
We're gonna have to
Sounds
go.
interesting.
What's that?
Yeah. It's very old school, like cash only. You wouldn't think it, but like I actually crave their stewed tomatoes. Like I'm not a big tomato person, but they have like the best stewed tomatoes I've ever tasted in my life.
Interesting.
You have to get the stewed tomatoes if you go.
Last time we went to Dayton to visit our niece and nephew, we ate at a place called the Dublin Pub.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty good. And then we ate at a pizza place. Are you familiar with the Oregon District?
Yeah.
In
Yep.
Dayton? So there was a place there that served a Reuben pizza, and it was phenomenal.
Wow.
Had sauerkraut on it, corned beef. It was fantastic.
Nice.
Now I can't
That's
remember
pretty
the name.
interesting.
Yeah, it was really, really interesting. So,
Hey guys, what about last meals? This is a meal with no consequences. Sometimes people will do this on New Year's, where like, January 1st, I'm gonna be good, so I'm gonna have my last meal. So what is your no consequences last meal? Let's go with Rick first.
breaded tenderloin, onion rings, and a hot fudge sundae.
Okay.
No doubt about it.
Man. Steak, medium, a baked potato, and brownie with ice cream. Like a warm brownie with ice cream.
Oh, I haven't had a warm brownie with ice cream in far too long.
That's a good addition. Yeah. I think I'm going steak, medium rare. Sorry. Steak, chicken wings, some bulgogi with a side of kimchi, and then some Smarties for afterwards.
Smarties. That's your dessert?
Yes. That's my dessert of choice, Smarties.
That's awesome. I love me some kimchi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holly had an aunt actually who was Korean who made her own homemade kimchi, buried it in a clay jar out in the yard so it would ferment. And
Yeah.
yeah,
I had a friend who loved kimchi. He would just eat it in front of the TV. He wasn't Korean or anything.
right.
He's actually from Kentucky. And he would just eat kimchi all the time. And he was actually a really healthy guy. I think it's because of the kimchi.
Interesting.
Yeah, super healthy guy. And he would just eat. I think he made kimchi too. Loved it.
Nice. I think we got everyone hungry now.
Yeah, I know I am. I'm going to have to go have me a snack.
Thinking about that potato.
Well, fellas, I think we've covered our meals for the week. So it's been really good to chat with y'all this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Always fun.
Yeah. See you guys back here next week.
Sounds good. Y'all have a great day.
See you guys.